I didn't think I was going to go live in time. Trains will be here any minute now. But there it is now. There is where American Hardware used to be, by the way, and a couple other storefronts. People that grew up here in Mount Hope know exactly what I'm talking about, or live in the area will know exactly what I'm talking about when I say American Hardware. Well, I try to get live a couple minutes sooner just to show where a couple places used to be and talk a little bit of history about a couple of things. Now I can see again. First time in nearly 2 weeks that a train's been up this line because of the major derailment near Newport News, Virginia. Most of the trains that go on this line go that way. I think only one train's been by since the derailment, and that's that oil train, which I missed. I think a couple times a month they take tank cars up somewhere full of oil for a customer. Yeah. Yeah, people might come in late, so I'm sorry if you missed most of this. I just didn't announce it. Spur of the moment, I heard the train in the distance and decided to go ahead and go live at spur of the moment. I tried to get live sooner, a little bit sooner though. Got circumstances beyond my control kept me from getting live a couple minutes sooner to give people time to tune in. Oh well. Hello everybody. The engines are now crossing Main Street. And they are going to be walking on the tracks today because a couple of trucks, a grappling truck, a couple of highway trucks and some other maintenance way equipment sitting down there waiting on the train to go by. I think a few pieces is in the rail yard. You might get lucky. There may or may not be a hair this yet. I don't know if any in the area on toll trains right now. I do know the other day when I had my near-death experience, which I'll probably talk about in the future videos, I missed the Chesapeake Ohio hairless on the grain train. Make a long story short, I stepped in what looks like a little bit of mud on the old dirt road, trying to find the remains of a mining town, only to be buried up to my chest in mud. That wasn't any fun. I'm lucky I got out of there. Well, I should be thanking the Lord I got out of there, because had it been the hand of God, how else am I going to get out of there and still be here filming and talking about it? I'll go into more detail in the future video though. Tell the full story of that trip. In case anybody's curious, you can watch the video, because I was not filming when I got in the mud, but I did film that road, that old dirt road, for a few minutes. So I got 11 or 12 minutes of video of me on that old dirt road. I'm just glad I wasn't filming when I found the mud. I probably would have lost my phone. Oh, I'm in Mount Hope, West Virginia right now. Oh, the dirt road thing, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but the dirt road thing happened on the old the old dirt road just outside of Thurman. So I think it's the remains of the mining town of New Lynn, or however you announce the town. Somebody actually written Sawtooth's name in the dust on the truck. That's funny right there. Now here's an interesting fact before I end the video. There used to be another rail line here. Something for the abandoned rail, people like abandoned rail lines. Where I'm standing, there's a second rail line. It went off at an angle in the woods there and crossed over Dumluke Creek. I remember part of that being there when I was growing up in the 90s. The junction switch, I guess, used to be over there somewhere. Of course, when I was growing up, the switch was already removed from all the steel rails. It was just probably from right where I'm standing on back this way. It's just a bunch of wooden ties. I think the bridge was still there too. And then in the mid to late 90s, when they rebuilt the rail line here for Georgia Pacific, the bridge was removed. Never did walk across it though. I remember I was too young at the time, and by the time I got old enough to come down here on my own, in the late 90s it was gone. I remember when I was going down with my grandma, but she didn't want me walking across the abandoned bridge. Looked like it's about ready to fall into the creek. Whereas when you're a kid, you don't think about stuff like that. Turkey Knob Road. But this is another fun fact. This is actually the coal camp of McDonald back in the day. It's now a part of Mount Hope. But at one time, it was a mining town called McDonald. I think the McDonald mine shut down in the 1930s. Of course, by that point, it had already been incorporated into Mount Hope before the mine shut down, according to some stuff I read about the history of the area. I think it's the late 1920s it's incorporated in Mount Hope city limits, and by the late 1930s, the mine was shut down. Although, not all of McDonald became part of Mount Hope, because if you go across Route 16 up here, there's a bunch of the coal camp up there that never did become part of the city limits. Only this part through here became part of the city limits. So half the coal camp became part of the city limits and half of it never did, even to this day still ain't. But look at the beautiful fall colors. Getting ready to from Bristol. That's in Tennessee. I think Bristol's on the Tennessee-Virginia border, ain't it? Half in Tennessee and half in Virginia. Yeah, I've traveled through there before, but not recently. It's been years since I traveled through there. Well, I'm getting into the live stream, so I gotta get up to the schoolhouse market and see how many sales I can make today. Oh, if you're local to the area, or you're passing through the old Mount Hope High School, it's an indoor-outdoor flea market. Well, soon it'll be mostly indoor because it'll be too cold to step outdoor. But you can come and there's all kinds of cool stuff here. I sell a lot myself, and there's a lot of other vendors that sell cool stuff in case you're interested. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe to Waldo's Trains here on YouTube.